is Creativity is the Cure, TVI, because we're doing videos now. And I'm really looking forward to doing a lot of interviews with you, Gianni.
So then I reached out and I said, hey, I had this idea. Maybe I could come on as a co-producer.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I was totally flipped out. It was like synchronicity. I had woken up that morning and I hadn't talked to you in a little bit. And I just thought, I wonder if Gianni and I should do some podcasts together. Hi, everybody. We are back to Creativity is the Cure. I am Malcolm Moore, and here with me today I have
Gianni Neiviller.
We are co-hosts now. So we were going to talk about coffee. You seem to be slightly opinionated. I'm going to tell you what a simpleton I am. I was trained by Tony Levin, wonderful bass player, to have bitter espresso. So that's my number one rule. It's got to be strong, got to be bitter. I don't like to put extra stuff in it, but I use my Nespresso machine at home. I have a coffee grinder. I like it that way. I don't mind going to Starbucks and getting an iced Americano. The best espresso I ever had was Turkish espresso. It's kind of like a black oil. I had it in Serbia. And what do you think?
This is such a controversial subject. Yeah, I didn't even know where to begin, man.
You were telling me about Italy. Let's just go straight to what is the best espresso you've ever had.
Hands down in the city of Naples, right. Napoli, where my family's from. And I'm not just saying it's the best coffee because of my connection to the city, but it's a pretty known fact.
Wait, so to you, this would be complete blasphemy that my favorite Nespresso capsule is called Napoli.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's the strongest one you can get. It's a 13, where most people drink like a 5 or a 6.
Well, I mean, it's no secret why they call it that, right? They know, but they're almost giving Napoli or Neapolitan espresso a bad name by calling it that. But it's okay. I'll give them that.
But why? Why from there? Why is their coffee, their espresso, their pizza the best?
From what I understand, from what I've been told, Italy still uses the ancient Roman aqueducts.
Ooh.
So the water, presumably coming from the Alps,
right?
The melting of the Alps, of the snow caps, whatever, comes down this marble aqueduct that was made by the Romans way back when. And if I'm not mistaken, okay, I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of shit from some people that tell me you're wrong. And please prove me wrong. It ends somewhere in Naples or somewhere past Naples. So naturally the water is picking up all kinds of minerals for miles and kilometers. One thing I'll tell you, just growing up, going to Italy every summer, you turn on the faucet and you just put a glass under that and drink that water. It is delicious.
Wow.
It is so good.
I love California, but that probably wouldn't happen here.
No. You make coffee with water, and that's the water that's being used. So that's partly why the coffee and the pizza, right, because the dough, you use water and dough, is why the coffee is so much better there than anywhere else in Italy. And, I'll say the world. Although Turkish coffee is really good, it's pretty chewy, right? Because it's
very thick.
Right, very thick.
And it almost makes me think of like the X-Files. I don't know if you're a fan, but the black oil that would come out of their eyes. Yeah.
I remember that.
A little bit like that. It's a big deal. Like, at least in Serbia, it's not only how it tastes and how good it is, but how they present it in really fine, little porcelain cups and everything.
Yeah.
It's the experience.
I've seen it. I've not experienced it. But isn't it the same one where they turn the coffee cup upside down and read your fortune?
Indeed.
Yeah. Not in Naples, no. It's espresso. In Naples, you show up. It comes with a little glass of water, sparkling or flat.
Yeah.
And no bar stools. You walk up. Un café. They give it to you. You down it, you leave. That's why it's called espresso.
It's a process.
A quick process.
That a little bit makes me think of the first time I went to work in Hungary and Serbia a long time ago. I'd only been in Europe once. Long flight, got there, went to a restaurant waiting for a friend of mine, and they said, "What would you like to drink, sir?" And I said, "Ice water." And the guy gives me a quizzical look, but he comes back with a glass of water, another glass of ice, and tongs. Mm-hmm. So that's how I started to learn that they do things slightly different there.
Yeah, ice is a commodity in Europe. Similarly, the tong part, I was at a bar in Italy, at a club rather, at a discoteca, and I remember whatever drink I had was not cold enough because we Americans like everything uber cold. Yeah. And I asked for ice, ghiaccio, and they gave me a dirty look, of course, but then they showed up and gave me like a little saucer, a plate, literally, with ice melting.
Wow.
And like 4 little ice cubes. I'm like, what?
I thought I was the only one. Wow.
It's going to melt before it reaches my whatever drink I needed to put it in. There's so much to unpack here. So you said something. You said the strongest, right? The Napoli pod is the strongest. So there's a common misconception about espresso. Many people think espresso is stronger because it's stronger tasting.
Right.
But in actuality, it has less caffeine because, one, the beans are roasted longer. Mm-hmm. So you're burning out a lot of that caffeine.
Right.
2, it's only this much. And so the illusion of it tasting stronger, being more robust, gives people the impression that it's stronger in caffeine.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But a light roast, and then, of course, a medium roast, has way more caffeine in it and is going to pack a bigger punch.
Right.
And I like the pour over method, and I like single origin or single source beans, where an espresso is usually a blend of 3.
Right.
Ethiopian is my favorite. Yeah. Although I'm part of a club, I have beans sent to me every 2 weeks. It's
that's very dangerous for people like me.
It's called Drink Trade.
Yeah.
And I just, when I signed up, I gave them my parameter. I told them what I like, light to medium, nothing with the chocolatey or caramelly. I don't dislike it, but I'm more into the fruity coffees.
Right.
And single origin. Sometimes I'll have 2 or 3 different bags in my cabinet. I'll make my own blend one morning. So I'll use a little Ethiopian, a little Guatemalan, and maybe a little, Sumatran. I play with it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I like a single origin. And you could really taste the difference when it's just one bean.
Yeah.
I go to this place called the Handy Market by my house, and they have a great selection of stuff. Shout out to Handy Market, Burbank on Magnolia and Buena Vista. Great place.
I think this is great information, and I bet that I would love all the stuff that you love. I'd love to go to Italy someday and try that out. But I think for me, it's convenience now. I can wake up in the morning, walk to my studio with my hair sticking up in my pajamas, and make an espresso before I hop in the car. And I work at a high school in Van Nuys, and Starbucks is right across the street. So until you come over to my school and install this crazy Frankenstein laboratory where we can grind the beans, that's what I'll be doing.
It's easy, man. It's all you need is the pour over thing and a kettle, and you're good to go.
We'll set it up. Like I said at the beginning, I'm a simpleton, but I like the ones I drink. It's rare that I don't like coffee or espresso. And I will say for me, where I draw the line is Dunkin' Donuts and McDonald's. I can't. It's just every type of coffee or whatever they make that has caffeine in it is awful. It just tastes like dirt.
Yeah. Swill.
Yeah.
Swill.
Yeah. We can agree on that.
For sure. Absolutely.
Hey, before we go, let's do this. What is the best piece of advice you ever received growing up in your life? And then I'll tell you mine.
Okay. Well, I would say one of the best pieces of advice I've ever received is if you try to help everybody, you end up helping nobody.
Yeah.
That's something that's stuck with me, and I have a hard time with it sometimes because, you know, I could have 10 people in front of me about to do a breathwork session, and when it's over, if I feel like somebody leaves without having some kind of experience, I feel like I fail them, and it makes me want to like try harder to help them, but when I do that, I end up leaving the ones that really are open to the help or, you know, the experience. I end up neglecting them because I focus too much on the ones that are resistant.
Yeah.
So
That makes a lot of sense. I'm going to say 3 really quick ones. Pick your battles.
I mean, that's
huge. That's huge.
But it's exactly mine in a way. In a way.
Yeah.
It's not a battle, but yeah.
Pick your battles. I always teach my students to read the room, see where you are, who you're with, and what's appropriate. And I think I'd like to end with what I mentioned earlier. I just unearthed a 1982 interview with the one and only Steve Gadd, iconic drummer. And they asked him what is the best advice he has for younger drummers coming up. And he said, never pet a burning dog.
Try to picture a burning dog right now.
It's terrible. Hey, maybe next time we could talk about our favorite coconut water. What do you think?
Oh, I have one. I forgot the name of it.
I definitely go with Numa. I love this chocolate mint.
You flavored.
Yeah.
I just want to taste coconut when I drink my coconut water. I forgot the name of mine, but everyone knows it. It's the one that comes in the
tall glass bottle.
I wish it was glass. No.
All right, everybody. This is Creativity is the Cure, TVI, because we're doing videos now. And I'm really looking forward to doing a lot of interviews with you, Gianni, in the near future. We've got some great guests coming up, right?
Did we even tell them what we're doing here? I mean,
I don't think so. So I've had Creativity is the Cure for a couple years. I've done over 100 episodes that are audio only. And you tell them how we came upon this idea.
Okay, so I don't know, about 2.5, 3 months ago, I woke up. I was in that space, in that theta brain state between wake and sleep one early morning. And this podcast was on my mind. Yeah.
And you had been a guest.
Right. It was a few months after my coming to your studio.
Right.
And I just started thinking it would be so great if Malcolm had video. And by the way, this studio is at a place called NoHo Recovery. Shout out to NoHo for allowing us to use this beautiful studio. I thought, I have a spot. That I could probably lock in pretty easily. And before I reached out to Malcolm, I reached out to NoHo Recovery, and I asked, hey, can I use your studio? They were like, he didn't even blink. He was like, it's yours. Whenever you want it, it's yours. So then I reached out and I said, hey, I had this idea. Maybe I could come on as a co-producer.
Yeah.
And help you procure some guests. I grew up in LA, the music business. I grew up in Hollywood. I was in rock bands. I know a bunch of people, not just in the music industry, but just in...
Yeah, you ran a restaurant. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah. So I thought I could probably get a different set of guests that Malcolm already gets. And so I approached him, I called him, and what did you say?
I was totally flipped out. It was like synchronicity. I had woken up that morning and I hadn't talked to you in a little bit. And I just thought, I wonder if Gianni and I should do some podcasts together. I wasn't thinking video. And to be honest, for years I've done this because I was inspired by Mark Maron, who was always audio only. And I like that because if you're like me and you have to drive about an hour to work, I like to listen to podcasts and I can't look at them because I'm driving, but I wasn't opposed to it. And for years I did it because I often would interview people that weren't comfortable on camera, so I could get those, and I'll keep doing those too. But there's something about this being live in a room. To me, being a drummer, it's almost like playing jazz, like people are starting to do again. Everybody get in a room. Eye contact. You can see it. We're just going to let it fly.
Raw.
And so I'm excited about it. And I think the fact that we're doing this in LA, we're going to interview people that are here. They don't have to live here, but maybe people traveling in. And it's going to be a whole nother thing. I call it TVI because it's one of my favorite Iggy Pop songs. And
maybe we could have Iggy Pop on.
Oh, man, I love that. I think he lives in Florida, but still. I've seen almost every tour with my good friend Jeff Leon.
He comes to LA, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So it was synchronicity. Like I said, we both had the same idea independently, almost around about the same time. And when he told me that, I was like, oh my God. And then you dropped the co-host part on me, which I wasn't expecting, because I was just like, co-produce, I'll procure guests for you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I thought about that, and I was like, you know what? I'll get out of my comfort zone. I'll get on camera.
That's what it's all about. You know, the older I get, the more I just don't care anymore. You know I look like a mad scientist. I know I'm ADD, all this stuff. Students like me, despite all my, I don't know what I would say, inaccuracies or unpredictability, or my head is a giant watermelon. I just don't care anymore.
Authenticity
is the word. Is that what we're looking for? Authenticity.
Authenticity. You're real. Yeah. And we have a TV. Talk about TVI. Yeah. Can you see yourself, everyone?
I don't know what we're going to do with this, but slideshows. Could be like an opaque projector.
Do we have to put tape on the Roku here so we don't get sued?
No, I think we're okay.
Shit.
All right, man. Until next time, creativity is the cure. TVI, Gianni and Malcolm. See you next time. All right. See what we got.